Alright, let's see how we go here. So we should be live. I'm just going to give this a second to catch up. Very good. Okay, good afternoon. This one is not specifically related to Spry, but it can be helpful for Spry. I'm just going to show you a couple of ways of managing some problems that you might run into. Particularly high resolution laptops. If you have a look at this application I have, this is an example of an application that I commonly use on the left. This is another one that I've used on the oddest of occasions for doing video work. You can kind of see that the buttons and the text are kind of all over the place. Some things are really large, some things are really small. In the mining industry particularly, but also just generally, there's software that you like to use that maybe hasn't been updated in a while. But the way that your screen is set up, it makes it really difficult to work with. There are a couple of ways that you can manage this, and I'm going to show you how you can get your applications without updating the software itself to look a little friendlier. So this can also apply sometimes to Spry if you're having particular issues. It can apply to basically anything, so it's worth giving it a shot. I'm going to show you two different ways of being able to manage this. I'm going to show you a way that a regular user can do, and then I'm going to show you a way that if you're an admin or a higher level user that you can use like a more permanent or an alternative method. So basically I'm going to pick another app which just doesn't look great on a high resolution screen. So this is a little guitar tab management program. I was trying to find a bit of mining software, but I didn't want to throw anyone under the bus. So I'm just going to pick this one, and I'm going to say, how do I take this application and make it look better on a high resolution screen? So if I hold Control, Shift, and Escape on my keyboard, and I bring up my task manager, what I want to do is find this process in my list. Now, sometimes if you're like me and you've got a million things running, it can be a little tough to find. But there's my Tux Guitar application, and basically, I'll just let that sort by name. When I'm streaming, sometimes it gets a bit slow. So that one there. So what you're looking for is that. If you can't find it, you may need to go over to your Details tab. If you don't see your Details tab, you might need to click this Fewer Details, More Details button. So what you're looking for is the application on this list. And in particular, you want to go to its properties. So regardless of what you right-click, so we'll go to this Tux Guitar, go to Properties, and so I just realized that might have been off screen for you. So we go to Properties, and then what we're looking for is making sure that we've actually found the application exe. Sometimes if you right click on something, what you're doing is you may not always find the application, but you're looking for that exe, and then we're looking for the compatibility tab. And the compatibility tab, and then this Change High DPI Settings button. So if we click on that, we want to tick on Override High DPI Scaling and click on System Enhanced. This is basically the mode that fixes most things. It doesn't fix absolutely everything, and it may not always work, but from my experience, it's very likely a fix for most of these weird issues. So we tick on Override High DPI, we click on System Enhanced, click OK, click OK again, or click Apply. If you're an admin, you can change the setting for everybody, but not everyone is an admin. And then what you have to do is restart the program. So I'm going to generate up another one of these Guitar tab, Tux Guitars. This one I may have to close. Some apps don't like being open more than once, so I'm just going to close it and reopen it. So it's not going to be as easy to show the difference side by side, unfortunately, but it should be pretty clear immediately that everything just looks a little bit nicer. Everything's the right size now, and it's the same impact between these two. Now, this works well for some software. Other software, you may need to change the registry. Spry is one of those bits of software that it's actually better if you can change the registry for, because the executable moves location every time it gets updated. So the other way that you can fix this problem is by using the registry editor. Now, once again, you're going to need administrative rights to do this, and I don't play around in here, but this particular entry, and I'll put it in the comments for this video, but if you go to this location in your registry, and if it's not here, you create a text type value, or string value, called EnableGdiDPIScaling. As I said, I'll also put the name of this in the description of the video. And then what you do is you add each piece of software that you're interested in fixing, the actual name of executable, but not its location. So this will, every time you open any software that has this name, it will actually change the DPI mode to the system enhanced mode automatically. So you put as many pieces of software in here as you like, delimited by a semicolon. And that means that regardless of what version of Spry that I'm in, I'm going to make sure that it doesn't have any high DPI issues. Now, we can't, it's not super easy for us to fix this for everyone. We're working on things like this, but in the meantime, if it helps you, hopefully you can jump in there and make that change. As I said, even if you're not an admin though, often you can add that compatibility setting. So that was it. If you've got any good ideas for Friday Spry plays, please let me know. I'm starting to run low on good ideas for 10-minute videos. So if you've got anything you'd like to see, please let me know. Otherwise, enjoy your weekend.